Hi everyone, this is John George from Engineering Services in CA PPM. I'm here today to show you the CA PPM documentation on our new DocOps platform, docops.ca.com, and our new Viewport, which is optimized for mobile. I'll show you the new and improved interface and all the innovations we've added, which will hopefully help trigger ideas and innovations for your documentation. Some of the things I'll show you today will make you realize that this is definitely not your typical documentation and that you can and should use it for sales enablement as a true differentiator from the competition. I've already accessed the CA PPM 14.3 documentation from the main documentation page. We're looking at the 14.3 version here. And the first thing that you'll notice is that the screen presentation in Viewport is much different. It's a much more modern and elegant interface. The layout is similar to the previous in Confluence, where we have the table of contents here on the left-hand side. We have the search box above the table of contents. Next, you see the buttons here for downloading the PDF and EPUB. And notice when you hover over one of these, here you can actually see the last time that this online content was updated. And in this case, the PDF was updated on December 9th, 2015. If I hover over the EPUB, same. Last updated was 12/9/2015. The versions is pretty much the same, where if I click this, you see that this documentation is available on both 14.3, which I'm already showing, and we also have the 14.2 version. And if I click the language, you'll see that this documentation is available in these languages. If I scroll down the page, you see that we have the announcements and news section that we previously had. You see the context boxes, getting started, release information, connect and learn, and so forth. And finally, if you scroll all the way down, you see that we now have this new More Resources area. We'll talk about that in a moment. I want to talk a bit about performance and just mention that we have been measuring performance improvements on the CA PPM documentation before the migration to Viewport and after, and we have seen much faster page load times, up to 66% performance improvement over the previous page load times. This is amazing, and soon you will see why this is so important. Let's take a moment and talk about search. We'll have a new search engine called Inventa. What's nice about Inventa is that it's a natural language search instead of just keyword matches. We're not there yet, and Inventa has not been rolled out, but here you see that with all the work that the PPM writers have done to improve their topic titles, make them meaningful, speak the language of our customers, we are all set. Even now, you see that when a user searches for a particular topic, like portfolios, you see that we have these well-formed and named topic titles. And if I select Portfolio Management, you see the table of contents very elegantly rolled and scrolled down to the Using Portfolio Management area. And I have this nice article on the right-hand side of the page that I can read. Everything in one place on Portfolio Management. Here we have an embedded video, and the documentation continues. In the documentation, you can show and hide the table of contents. So if I search on Portfolio Management and I am reading this topic, I can click the Contents button, the top here, and I can hide the table of contents, which is really great if you just want to concentrate on the content itself and hide the contents. And if I want to show it again, it's as simple as clicking it again and the table of contents appears. One of the most powerful features, I want to say, in this platform is that if I scroll down to the bottom of the page, on each and every page in this documentation, you see that we now have this More Resources area that I mentioned earlier. Here, you have quick access to additional resources outside of the typical documentation. I can see the latest questions and discussions from the PPM community. So if I click one of these, you see, I can see the discussions that are going on the PPM community about this particular topic. If I click the arrow here, I can see the CA PPM blogs from blogs.ca.com related to CA PPM. I can see some PPM community blogs. I can see the CA PPM cookbook articles on Flipboard. I can see the CA PPM by Educate YouTube videos. I can see what's available, the resources that are available on Bright Talk related to CA PPM. And I click again and I'm back to where I was. I'd like to mention that this information is a different, if I click home, different implementation of what I see here when I click Connect and Learn. When I click Connect and Learn, you see that we have a lot of different resources available. If you're interested in education and training, you can see we have suggested learning courses. Here we have Bright Talk. We have access to the Green Books and Green Papers archive. Again, here's the YouTube videos. Here's a video from Rigo Consulting. Here's one from Windmill Software, one from IT ROI Solutions. And finally, at the bottom here, you see that all the social media channels related to CA PPM, including, here's access to the community. I can create an idea. It's our ideation. I have access to the CA PPM cookbook articles on Flipboard, blogs, webcasts. Here's a live Twitter feed from the @CAPPM channel. Here's access to the 5 LinkedIn groups related to PPM. And finally, here's access to the CA PPM Facebook page. Let's go back to the top. In the documentation, at the bottom of every page, let me go there, you see this, are you satisfied, rate this content. If I click this, you now have access to, this is actually our NPS score. So you can tell us and rank and rate our content and tell us how to improve. So hopefully, if you really like something, you'll take this slider, you'll move it up to a 4, maybe even a 5, and you'll tell us here how we can improve your experience and our documentation. And after you click Save, the PPM writers receive an email. We'll start a conversation with you. We'll collaborate with you. We'll talk to you. We'll understand any issues that you might have with the documentation, and you can help us improve going forward. Now, I'm not going to do that, but instead I'm going to go and click back home. Now let's talk about interactive content, such as videos, and also a solution that we came up for dealing with those transition topics that add little or no value. I'm referring to those top-level topics with a sentence or two introduction, followed by a bulleted list, which we know from analytics that don't provide much value, and customers go right over them because it's not the content that they want. We've dealt with both these issues. First, we collaborated with our third-party selling partners such as Rigo Consulting, Windmill Software, and IT ROI to embed their videos from their YouTube channels right in our documentation. We spoke directly to these companies, we explained what we wanted to do, we received their permission, and we embedded them. They were very excited to partner with us, and it's a win-win. We are also embedding our education videos from the PPM by Educate channel on YouTube. And finally, we're providing customer success stories. So I want to show you a couple examples. But first, I'm going to go to the 14.2 version because I want to show you a before. I'm going to click Reporting. And you see here what I previously mentioned. You have two sentences with some hyperlinks to content that you'd find here. Through analytics, we know that this is not very useful. Customers don't want this. They want real content, which you would find if you were to choose Advanced Reporting here in the table of contents. Now you get to what the customer is interested in finding. What I'd like to do is, now I want to show you how we dealt with this and we improved this in 14.3. So I'm going to go to Reporting, and I'm going to choose version 14.3. Now you see that we've streamlined this, and we consolidated topics, and we have everything that you need to know about advanced reporting using CA PPM. I scroll down here. We have an embedded video. This is a video. This is actually we call this a hangout, where PPM experts are talking about CA PPM 14.3 and JasperSoft. I'll click this to start it.
Hello, and welcome to Rigo Consulting's Google Hangout, where today we'll be discussing.
So, as you see, Rigo Consulting created this Google Hangout, and they're talking about why it's important for you to move to CA PPM 14.3 and use our new JasperSoft reporting. Very nice, very nice. And if I scroll down here, here's the documentation that we've written. And if I continue scrolling down, you'll see that we have yet another video, this one from Windmill Software, and they're talking about ad hoc reporting with JasperSoft. And we'll quickly show you this.
Windmill Software presents Advanced Reporting, Building an Ad Hoc Report with JasperSoft.
I'll pause that. And if we scroll down further, you see that we have the Create an Ad Hoc View and Report procedure here that we wrote in support of this video. So you can see we're really collaborating with our partners, and we're presenting content from many different sources. So we're basically aggregating content and giving you everything that you need to know about CA PPM to help you succeed with your implementation. Now I'd like to show you some customer success stories and how we're dealing with that. We'll go back home. And again, I want to show you the before, so I'll flip to 14.3, and we're going to go to Using. And again, you see we have one or two sentences here with a list of links. Not very useful. If I flip back over to version 14.3, however, you'll see that we now have some valuable content. You have information about using CA PPM. You see here that we've embedded a graphic from our sales website. It was important to do this for a number of reasons. We're now aligned with when our sales team and our pre-sales team are talking to customers or potential customers. We are now aligned and in sync with how the product is being presented to those customers. So for example, you see demand management here in this graphic. You see it over here to the left in the table of contents. Portfolio management in the graphic. Portfolio management is over here in the table of contents. And you get the idea. So it's important that we're all using the same language and same communication for our customers, and we're doing that here in the documentation. if I scroll further down, you see that we have a customer success story from Catholic Health. Now, if I were to click this, let's go to that tab.
My name is Angela Strauss, and I'm a portfolio manager at Catholic Health Initiatives. We are a healthcare organization with hospitals in 18 states, and we have 78 facilities, 40-some long-term care facilities as well. So when talking about Catholic Health Initiatives, I like to share.
I'll pause that. Now, what's important about this is that you need to remember that the PPM content is public. So if a decision maker is trying to decide between us and PlanView, this may help us win the deal. We have analytics showing that people are getting to our content using Google and various search engines. What better way of promoting the product than to have customer success stories right here in our product documentation? And for existing customers, the success story may help trigger some ideas at how they can help further or extend their PPM implementation. For example, we've heard in the past that some customers were only using PPM for time tracking or timesheets. If they listen to this video and they hear Angela talking about how Catholic Health is using PPM in various other ways, they may decide to extend their implementation. Very powerful. Now, we have embedded customer success stories in every major category where it makes sense, and you'll find them under Getting Started, Using, as I previously just showed you, Administrating, Reference, and Add-ins and Integrations. Another point that I want to highlight for you is that this documentation also extends out to information that you previously could only find on the PPM support page. So for example, if you were interested in finding, let's say a Jaspersoft FAQ, or if you knew that PPM has something called SQL Server or Oracle white papers, performance white papers, you can click popular links. And you see here, you have access to a wealth of information here. KB articles. Here's the advanced reporting with Jaspersoft FAQ. Here's some information about the Oracle and SQL Server performance white papers. Let's choose that one. That's always a popular one. And you see here that you have one-click access. So for example, if I'm using Oracle and I want to view this white paper, I need to log in to see it. It's protected. And as soon as I log in to see that, it displays. So again, as you can see, this is not your traditional documentation. You have access to much more than documentation, and it's important that you utilize it that way. We want the DocOps.ca.com platform to be your source for anything and everything related to CA PPM. This is our one-stop shop. That's all I really needed to show you today. I hope this video has been very helpful. If you do have any questions about anything that I've shown you today, you can always ask me, or you can reach out to any of the PPM writing team. I appreciate your time, and have a great day.